We have a deep dive into an artist who has been called out for tracing and using AI in their process, and they still do it. So we have this post by Getaboshi on Twitter writing, "Getting blocked by Shexio Art, who got 1 million followers using AI, is actually hilarious." This is an example of one of their pieces, and this is their page where you can see they have 1 million followers and Geta is blocked. So Geta adds a link to a post made by a creator by the name of Mavie. This was posted a year ago where Mavie writes, "Shexio Art being the biggest scam in the community thread. This guy is the prime example of people being dumb enough to let him get away with the scummiest stuff I've ever seen in the art community if he's even part of the community. Anyways, considering that his actions of theft and tracing has been going on till this day." Reminder, this was posted over a year ago. Mavie adds, "At the beginning, he started off by tracing CSR's artwork, and CSR is Cute Sexy Robots on Twitter. This is an example of their artwork. I can't show other examples because it will not fly on YouTube, but they have a very, very iconic style." And Mavie adds, "We all saw it happen and Cute Sexy Robot showed the evidence of the entire situation, bringing it up again because people forgot about it." Here you can see the side by side, where you can see this is artwork posted to Cute Sexy Robot's Patreon, and this is artwork Shexio traced and posted to their Patreon. And Mavie adds, "Before you say it's a reference, yeah, it might be a reference to Nyancha's work. Nyancha is another NSFW artist that is very popular with over 1 million followers. But I'm posting this here because later I'm going to show you very funny things about him referencing Nyancha." So being called out for tracing and stealing a year or so later with the development of AI, he had the bright idea of passing it off as his own artwork, magically changing his style, it seems. After that, he started going on a blocking spree to anybody who calls him out. And here is a response posted by Ria Bolt to one of Shexio's pieces, highlighting elements of it that look suspicious and AI. We can see elements including the bra pattern being very odd. There is a strange lump on the back of the neck, which looks like somebody's trapezius muscle if it just continued upwards. The floor of the balcony does not line up at all. There is a strap for only one shoe but not the other, but it doesn't look quite like a strap either because it's not rendered that way. Mavie adds, "After this bombshell that happened, even though he got caught, he never stopped doing it. All his artwork would change styles constantly day and night. You can look at his Twitter and see for yourself. Weird, right? Even the colors and shading." And here we have two pieces that are allegedly both made by Shexio, where the style is completely different. Really looks like two different people made it. And it's funny how this AI model not only steals from Nyancha in specific, but also steals assets from artists who have similar rendering and styles. This one showing it steals fake LML's face style. And Mavie adds that a lot of people are inspired by Nyancha's art, but that those who are inspired do change it a little bit and you can see their own essence through the artwork. It's not like a direct ripoff. And that Mavie suspects that he's been botting his likes and engagements. And this is another example of Nyancha's work. I tried finding the most appropriate one I can show you, where, again, you can see with the face expression style, whatever, they are very, very popular. So after that post calling them out a year ago, did they change? And the answer is, you can use your own interpretation. Very likely, no. Here we have this piece made July 19th, Gemma and Alma, where, as you can see, this ring finger is suspiciously short in comparison to all of the other fingers. Not to mention the fact that one hand has fingernails and the other hand is missing fingernails. We have the bikini bottom, where one side has 2 straps, the other side has 3. You could make the argument, given this positioning, this upper strap is hidden, so we could maybe agree with that one. The face and the body are 2 extremely different colors. The face is very yellow and the body is very pink, which is just odd. Here we have a piece of Frieren. This was posted June 17th, and you will see this throughout the artwork that I'm showing you. Artwork in loose quotes, but the head and the body tend to not match at all in terms of color, style, etc. The ears are extremely pink, the face is very yellow, but the body is pinkish. And then even if we ignore that, the lingerie doesn't add up at all. It is asymmetrical in a way that doesn't look intentional and rather looks like AI fudged up. Here we have one strap on the left side of the lingerie that then connects all the way to the garter, but that doesn't appear on the right hand side. And then we also have a bikini strap, but there's 2 knots on the left side and 1 knot on the right, which is odd. Not to mention the fact that knots are weird. Both these knots only has 1 tail, whereas they should have 2, right? Because a ribbon has 2 ends. She has freakishly long fingers holding something, but it's held in a really awkward way, and she's drawn in a way that makes it look like she has a tan line, but the tan line doesn't make sense if you think about it, right? Because it should be like a bikini bottom tan line, not like a weirdly shaped U on her lower region. Then we have this piece. What in the physics is happening with the wheel spokes for both the back wheel and the front wheel? None of them line up right. The front tire, by the way, if you look closely, it's not even attached to the bike frame at all. Here we have the bike frame, which is pink, and the tire is just floating. That's not how bicycles work. Also, the bike doesn't even attach to the front frame as well, right? It's like tilted downwards. It's not connected at all. And then the hand on the handle just looks really funky. The seat also looks weird. The physics of the seat is just odd. It looks like the seat is gonna fall off any second now. Then we have this piece. If you look at the dragon tattoo on the arm, the dragon actually breaks right up here at her shoulder. And the jacket isn't properly attached to the body. If you look closely at the jacket, what is happening with it? It looks like there's a sleeve, but it's kind of like doubled up. So there's like three sleeves because there's another one back here. And it doesn't make any sense as to how it's actually held on to her back. It's not slung over her shoulders. It's like slung around her neck. Here we have this piece posted June 3rd with a freakishly long thumb. And again, the fingernails don't match up at all. She has no nail polish on the thumb, but on every other finger. Then we have this piece with Yor. If you look at her left hand, what is happening? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers and a thumb. But if you look at the fold of the hand here, it looks like there's like an extra super tiny 6th finger kind of bent over here. And again, one thing with the coloring that throws you off, the chest is very purple and the rest of the body and skin tone is just not. It's just weird. We have this piece posted April 16th. Sexio started posting a lot of like Egyptian themed pieces around this time, and you can see a lot of oddities with it. Again, the chest is a really different color than the rest of the body. Again, very purpley pink compared to the rest of the skin tone. We have bangles or like bracelets, and the bracelets have chains hanging off of them. And the chain should connect to something, maybe the arm cuff on the upper arm, but the chains appear out of nowhere and connect into nothing. This one, at least it's connected to the bangle, but it doesn't connect into anything. It just disappears into her elbow. And then if you look at the hieroglyphs on the pillars, the hieroglyphs make absolutely no sense. We have what looks like a bird eating another bird, a bird with no behind, a cowboy boot. Also, take a look at the hieroglyphs real quick, because like I mentioned, they had a big series of scantily clad women in front of pillars with hieroglyphs. But if you notice, the hieroglyphs are different every single piece. It's not like they made like a hieroglyph stamp brush and just kind of stamped it on. And you would assume that if the artist made their own pieces, they would typically, draw probably the same hieroglyphs over and over, or like similar styles. Then we have this piece. Haribel. She has one glove on. Now, I've never seen Bleach, but looking canonically at like her character design, it doesn't seem to have a reason as to why she would have only one glove on. Again, we have her right boob just being really pink compared to everything else, even the left one. And look at the hieroglyphs in the back. They are really different from this piece's hieroglyphs. And on top of that, the leg is just odd. If you look at this back leg, she has a leg and she's like running. So shouldn't her foot, like her foot and her calf, appear behind her front leg, her right leg? It's just gone. Again, the hieroglyphs in this piece look really different from all the other pieces. AI again has a tendency to fudge up colors and make things oddly colored. Again, we have one hand that is really orange and the rest of the body just doesn't match the coloring. Also, her body's dripping sweat, right? There's like little sweat droplets dripping off her body. And I would imagine if you're an artist that is capable of drawing at this skill level, right, you could render a piece this well, that you would be able to make sweat look normal. But all the sweat droplets look like pimples, appearing on her body, her elbows, her arms. It's once again odd. And again, the hieroglyphs on this piece are very different from the other pieces. And if you look here, we have tall pillars of fire. There's like a small stand, and the stand, once it disappears behind her hand, just disappears altogether. We have this Bulma piece. And this one cracks me up because it looks like somebody photoshopped a head onto a super anime-esque body. Like, it does not match at all. And I would assume if you're capable of rendering a body to this level, you are also then capable of making the head match the body as well. We have this piece, Demon Slayer-esque piece. She is standing in the doorway of a building that has very Japanese-esque architecture. And I could be wrong, but from my understanding of traditional Japanese architecture, they have almost exclusively sliding doors. There is a doorknob. To even mention the fact there is a doorknob, the perspective of the doorknob is completely wonky. We have this Mitsuri piece. And if you look in the background, there is a background character with one really skinny leg and one regular sized leg. The jacket is odd. The jacket has buttons on both sides, which is not how jackets work. And also, the left side of the jacket has buttons, and then it disappears behind her left chest, and then the buttons do not reappear. There are just no buttons on the top of the jacket. And the left-hand index finger has no pinky nail. This person has 1 million followers on Twitter. They are profiting off of this AI usage because if you look closely, they have a Patreon. Their Patreon has 1,370 paid members. Their lowest tier is $1.50, but they have tiers up to $247. If we assume everybody is subbed at the second lowest tier, Cultured Fellow, which gives you access to the NSFW works, because the first tier doesn't look like it does, Patreon feed, that means roughly at the bare minimum, this person is raking in $8,400 per month selling AI artwork to people who may or may not know that it is AI. There are also probably people who know and just don't care. That could be real too. They're making bank. They're profiting off of this. Just a little deep dive to an artist on Twitter. Hopefully this could at least help you better spot AI pieces and just know before you buy, I guess. But don't send hate to this individual, right? This is just an awareness piece. And it's interesting because if you do see, they have a lot of comments on their pages under their posts that are just deleted. They know people are calling them out for it. So anyways, if you like this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy or VGen. I have digital art for streamers and creators there. I also have free things on Coffee for creators. I also do one-on-one coaching. I do like education stuff on the side. So there's that. And I also stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So hope to catch you guys there or in another video.